What if I told you the real trick to mastering Mandarin listening is actually practicing your pronunciation and pronouncing sentences out loud? Guys, stick around. This weird trick that I'll share in this video will genuinely rewire your brain for better listening. Hey everyone, it's Will here. I'm a medical student that's learned Mandarin for the last 5 years. I speak it pretty fluently now. I'm on a mission to try and help as many people as possible reach conversational fluency in the language. So today in this video, I'm going to explain exactly how sentence level pronunciation practice boosts your listening and how to do it step by step. Let's get started. So first of all, let's briefly look at why listening in Mandarin is so hard. Well, first of all, there's so many different accents across China. It means you have to quickly adapt and adjust to different accents, different ways of pronouncing things. As well as this, in sentence level speech, so speaking a whole sentence at a time and not just taking isolated words, you'll notice that native speakers sometimes merge things together. This is called 吞音, or for example, tones change, so tone sandy. And all of these really complicate the whole listening thing because you struggle to distinguish tones and you struggle to distinguish individual words at full speed. Another problem that a lot of learners have is actually being able to recognize things on paper, so recognizing the characters in the pinyin, but then not being able to actually recognize that in real life, in real speech. So the whole key that I want to share with you in this video, and hopefully I've convinced you of by the end of this video, is that the key is not just more passive listening. The key is practicing pronunciation at the sentence level and imitating as much as you can. So why does this actually work? You train your brain to be more native-like and hear sounds the way natives actually hear them. As well as this, you internalize the tone patterns and the rhythm because you're listening to sentences again and again and you're repeating them a lot. We know that there's some evidence to suggest that muscle memory can actually help with auditory memory as well. So this all comes down to the idea that oral practice reinforces mental representations. And what that means is when you practice things and say them out loud, you're strengthening the mental representations, the way your brain processes these sounds and has this image of these sounds in there, such that when you next hear them in native speech, you're more easily able to recognize them. And another big benefit of all of this is improved phonemic awareness. And what that means is that you're better able to distinguish between, when you're producing sounds, you actually are better able to distinguish between sounds that sound similar. So in Mandarin, this can be some initials and finals that you're struggling to distinguish, or tones as well. And while I'm certainly not a linguistics expert by any means, there does seem to be a fair amount of evidence to suggest that this is the case, and this isn't just me making this up or speaking from experience here. So I think a great analogy for this kind of practice is if you want to get good at singing, you don't just listen to songs, although listening to songs again and again definitely helps. You're not going to get singing just by listening. You're going to have to actually sing along too, and that's what will really grow your singing abilities. And I think here again, this is from experience, that if you listen to songs with the intention of wanting to sing them, and then you do start singing them, you'll find that you understand so much more of that song. So by the way, guys, I actually recommend this shadowing or imitation at the sentence level in my free Chunking Chinese email course. And if you're interested in signing up for that course, it's completely free. Then you can go and register using the link in the description or the comments, or you can scan the QR code that I've tried to put on the screen here. So that's all well and good. But how do you actually do this? Well, what you do is you pick a few sentences and you break them down. You use something like Audacity or other tools, and you get some native speech of these sentences, natives reading these sentences out loud, and you go and imitate them on repeat one at a time and try and mimic the sentence as closely as possible, and also paying careful attention to the tones. And as well as this, you should be recording yourself to try and compare to the native audio to check how well you're doing. Now guys, if that sounds really complicated, then I'd actually recommend that you just go and use my Speak Mandarin with Me, 带你练中文, this series just to practice this, because I've literally done all the work for you and broken everything down sentence by sentence in interesting real life daily kind of stories that you can go and look at. And you can also do shadowing, practicing with the entire story as well. So I'd recommend that you go and check out that series if you want to get into this sentence by sentence imitation practice. So again, how does this actually change your listening over time? Well, you rewire your brain to pay more attention to these patterns, and you naturally internalize tone sandhi and all the other things that go on that's crazy with Mandarin that makes it so hard to listen to. So your listening will eventually just become automatic and so much easier. So once again, guys, if you want to practice this method, I'd really recommend you go and check out my series. And if you want more Mandarin tips like this, as I mentioned earlier, go and sign up for my free email course. I'll see you inside. I'm really looking forward to hearing what you guys have to say about this method to improve your listening. I'm really looking forward to seeing how it changes your listening too. So let me know down in the comments below how you get on with this method, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye for now.